everybody, my name's Sydney. I am a senior at Frontier High School and a cheerleader for our cheerleading squad on the varsity team. And today I am going to read you guys some spooky, scary Halloween books. They're not too scary, don't worry. We're gonna start today with Clifford's Halloween. I love Clifford. When I was a kid, I used to read Clifford all the time. So we're gonna open it right up. Oh, let's see who wrote this. Norman Bridwell wrote this book. Here we go. I'm Emily Elizabeth. Today is a holiday. It's my favorite day of the year. This is my dog Clifford. Today is his favorite holiday too. With a big red dog like Clifford, every day is fun. But holidays are the most fun of all. At Christmas, Clifford makes a very good Santa. He already has a big red coat. And on New Year's Eve, we stay up until midnight so Clifford can blow out his New Year's horn. Happy New Year! On Valentine's Day, Clifford is my favorite Valentine. And you should see Clifford on Easter. He makes a wonderful Easter bunny. On April Fool's Day, Clifford never plays tricks on anyone. And no one plays tricks on Clifford. On Thanksgiving, Clifford gets a great big turkey. It's not so big for Big Clifford. But today is the best holiday of all. Halloween! Last year we had a big Halloween party. I dressed as a pirate, but I didn't know how to dress Clifford. He's so big. How would you dress a big red dog like that? Daddy thought Clifford would make a good devil. I wanted him to be a clown. Look how funny. Or maybe a witch, but Clifford wanted to be a ghost. When the children came to the party, nobody could guess who the big ghost really was. We had fun, we bobbed for apples. Clifford wanted to play too. Look how funny, the big bucket fits all over his nose. We played another game with apples. Clifford won that game. Then Mommy told us a ghost story, but we weren't afraid. We had the biggest ghost on our street taking care of us. After the party, Clifford and I went trick-or-treating. We didn't have much luck, but we didn't mind. It was time to go to bed anyhow. Halloween was over. And now Halloween has come again. I'm not going to be a pirate this year. I'm going to be a fairy princess. But what should Clifford be? An Indian chief? A knight? What do you suggest? And that's the end of the first book with Clifford. This is a good thing to wonder. What are you guys going to be for Halloween? I'm going to be a vampire for Halloween this year. Okie dokie. The next book I have for you guys is The Runaway Pumpkin. Now, I've never read The Runaway Pumpkin. The author is Kevin Lewis. It says it right here, and it looks like it's going to be a fun book, so we are going to read it today. Okie dokie. The Runaway Pumpkin by Kevin Lewis, illustrated by S.D. Schneidler. Isn't that cool how sometimes somebody can write a book and somebody else can draw all the pictures? That's what it means to illustrate a book. Once upon a hill, when the wind blew with a chill, wandered Buck and Billy Baxter with their baby sister Lil, and there upon that hillside, growing orange, fat, and fine, the budding Baxters found a pumpkin on a twisty, twirly vine. It was big and it was round, and the boys with their eyes agleam gave a whoop, a yell, a holler, and no finer pumpkin had they seen. And today was Halloween. Yet little was cautious, and of course she tried to warn them, but her bumbling, big-headed brothers snapped the pumpkin from its stem. And as she watched them roll it, at first real slow, but then much faster, little Lil looked down the hill, and she foresaw disaster. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin' and bumpin' sound, came that thumpy, bumpity, thumpin', bumpin', round and rolly runaway pumpkin. A short way down the hillside, that zooming pumpkin caught the eye of a mucking Mommy Baxter, who thought of Granny's pumpkin pie. Till it busted through her sty. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin' bumpin' sound, came that thumpity bumpity thumpin' bumpin' round and rolly runaway pumpkin. That's a mouthful. A bit farther down the hillside, just beyond the chicken coop, Grandpa Baxter saw that pumpkin and thought of Granny's pumpkin soup. See, he's got that soup in that thought bubble. Till it knocked him for a loop. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin' bumpin' sound, came that thumpity bumpity thumpin' bumpin', round and rolly roundaway pumpkin. Now at the bottom of that hillside where there's a bouncin' pumpkin speed, Papa Baxter on his tractor thought of Granny's pumpkin bread. But Papa Baxter used his head and quickly plowed a pumpkin bed. Wow. So at the bottom of the hillside, fat and round upon the ground, that thumpin' bumpin' bumpkin pumpkin plopped and didn't make another sound. And as pigs and hens and Baxters gathered round where Papa plowed, little she gathered Granny and pulled her through the waiting crowd. Buck and Billy looked really proud. Look at their large pumpkin. Then thumpity bumpity thumpin' bumpkin, straight to the kitchen went that pumpkin, and soon after came the smell of dear old Granny cookin' something. Granny stirred and stewed and baked until the bright full moon rose up, and all of the hungry Baxters sat themselves right down to sup. And at the center of the table, among the soup and bread and pie, sat a grinning jack-o'-lantern with a twinkle in its eye. How fun! And this book is dedicated to Belle, Emma, Hannah, and Grace, and all the girls who are on a roll. How sweet! Well, that was the Runaway Pumpkin, and you know what that has me thinking? Has me thinking about all of my favorite pumpkin dishes that my mom and my grandma and I all make on Halloween and on Thanksgiving. It's making me a little bit hungry. I wonder what your guys' favorite pumpkin dishes are, your favorite Halloween dishes. Maybe your favorite Halloween food might just be candy. I think that might be mine too. Okay, I've got one more book for you. I'm gonna read Valensteins. Look how cute that is. It's a little romance book. How fun. This book was written by Ethan Long. It says it right here in pink. That's my favorite color. I wonder what your guys' favorite colors are. Ethan Long presents Valensteins, a love story. Let's see. This one says, for my stepmommy and real daddy. How fun. That's who that's dedicated to. It was a cold, dark night, perfect for scaring, but Fran had something else on his mind. There's Fran. Of course, Vladimir had to know what Fran was up to. Look, what's he doing? What you making, Fran? Pink paper, scissors, glue. Are you making a mask? With fangs? He might be making a mask with fangs. It looks like a little rounded bat to me. No, it's a big pink nose. It looks like a paper butt. Ha 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 ha. Bunny knew what was going on. This is a heart, everyone. When you love someone, you cut one of these out and give it to them on Valentine's Day. Sandy checked the calendar. But do you think Fran is in love? Is Frankenstein in love? Eek! Wait, what's love? It sounds gross. It's when two people feel all mushy about each other. Aww. Frankenstein's got some mushy feelings. Ew, mushy. And then when they get more in love, they flutter their eyes at each other. Ooh, flutter like bats? No, probably more like butterflies. Don't drag me into this. But here's the crazy part. When they get really in love, they what? They kiss on the lips. Uh-oh. Ew! That's gross. I'm never falling in love. Love is so yucky. It's not just yucky, it's terrifying. Love is making my skin crawl. You don't have any skin. Yeah, she's right. At this point, Fran had heard enough. Bet Fran's not too happy. So he went outside to get some fresh air. Look, he went outside, sitting in a tree, all by himself. Who's that? And that's when he was reminded that love isn't about being mushy or fluttering your eyes or kissing someone on the lips. And it certainly isn't about cutting out paper hearts. Tee-hee. She goes, it looks like a paper butt. It's about something you feel in your real heart, even if it does feel a little funny sometimes. Aww. What are they doing? They're talking and staring at the moon. Weirdos. What a sweet story. That's such a nice one to end on. You know, I bet you every now and then we have a little crush, and a paper heart's a pretty good way to say that. I hope you guys enjoyed reading with me, and I hope you're having a great time distance learning. I miss seeing all of your faces at Celebrity Readers, and I hope that I can see you again someday soon. Have a happy, spooky, safe Halloween. Bye from Sydney and the Frontier Cheerleaders.